Welcome, ladies and gents, to another casted game. This one is live on the ranks ladder right now, which means that I have no idea what the outcome of this game is. I don't know what's going to happen. So it always makes it fun to cast. And we have two well-known people here, people that I've casted in the past before. We have on the north side of the map here, my good old native enjoyer Gimmick here, playing as Lakota in this game, and this is an absolutely Lakota favored map, ladies and gents. This is probably one of the best maps you can get with Lakota because of that juicy trade line there in the middle. And he is going to be up against Grogu here, a little bit higher in elo. So both these players, Gimmick's about 1850, Grogu just touching around 2000 elo. So Grogu has that upper hand in experience and elo range, so this could actually even out to a pretty close game. We have a very favorable map for Lakota, and Grogu here is definitely more advanced. And let's have a quick look here at what's going on. So Grogu is playing the Portuguese. No deck has been selected, and we've got Henry Chow here. He's going to be grabbing 80 XP. Very nice. So 80 XP is going to be coming in. Good stuff. And honestly, ports, they've never really been a civ that interests me. And I don't know why. I never really get how they work. Like, I get how they work, but I don't get how they work. You understand what I'm saying? They're just one of those civs. I don't really know how you open with ports and how you manage the vills with all the multiple TCs. I don't know. It just sort of puts me off a bit. I don't know why. Lakota, on the other hand, now you're talking my kind of stuff here. We do see a good old market and a TP opening, and he's gone and got himself hunting dogs, which is exactly the opening that I did in my last game that I played. So very good to see. And he's got his herd pretty sorted. He's got one here, which is nice, one here, not too far away. This game sometimes can really punish you with the distance of hunts sometimes, but he's got two good future hunts there. That's what you always want to look for, the two future hunts. Let's have a look at his explorer, see where he's off to. We've got Pack Leader here, and he's just having a little scout around, seeing what is about. And he's scouted a fair sort of chunk of the map. He hasn't really scouted around the base too much, just kind of going straight out into the middle of the map. What do you guys do? Let me know in chat. If this is on YouTube, let me know down in the comments. What do you do when you scout first? Do you do a quick scout around your base? Because that's what I do. I do a quick preliminary scout to see if there's any close treasures. I check where my next hunts are, and then I go off and scout. Maybe I should do it the other way. Maybe I should get access to those treasures on the map and maybe go out first and then have a little look round another time. Anyway, 14 vill age up, very standard for Lakota, going for the chief, and immediately we do see one villager here going to be pulling in this hunt, I assume. A little bit of idle time here. At this level, we do not want idle time like that, especially this early on, and we do see that second villager grabbing that hunt on the north side there as well. Very, very nice. Grogu here is on the age up as well. Did not go for a 10-10 here. He did not go for the Revnak 10-10. Went for a house and a market. And immediately, he definitely has a deck for specifically Lakota here. And that's because we have the town militia in here just in case there's any massive pressure. That's why that's there. And focusing primarily on the Caçadores and Dragoons. The good old Skirm for Portugal is highly favoured because of the Caçadores. Extremely good skirmisher, very good skirmisher, but very poor in melee. So if you can get them surrounded by units that are melee, they can actually do some decent damage. And I think we're going to see a fast fortress here. We see villagers already on the coin here, getting ready. 700 wood going down, and then immediately a defensive TC. So we're going to be seeing a fast fortress. On the other hand, we do see Gimmick here, opening up with a nice forward war hut here. And Grogu actually nabbing that trade post there. That's going to be a real problem for Gimmick. He really wants to lock down the entire trade line so he can get Stagecoach. And I'm interested to see he's actually not going for 700 wood first. He's going against Julian's Guide, ladies and gents. He's going against the GOAT, and he's immediately shipping 4 Axe Riders instead. And, of course, training some Club Warriors here so he can siege that TP down as soon as possible. So he's doing something similar to what I did, but... Oh, did he go for... Oh, he did go 700 wood. Yeah, good check there, Jacob. Yes, looks like he is not going for the fast fortress that I thought he was. No. He is actually going to try and contest here in age 2, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. It's a little bit scary. A little bit scary, I must say. But he's got a racks down. He's getting some musks out. He's got another card available. Is he going to get a unit shipment here? Potentially. Could go maybe a unit shipment or... I mean, he's probably going to, isn't he? I mean, he's nowhere near for an age up here. He does get a nice shot off there. One of the Axe Riders is going to be going down, which is quite unfortunate. He has the other card available. He's not picking anything just yet. Grogu's just buying his time for some reason here. No Fetorius. No, we don't have any Fetorius here. And I think this is because he wants to save as many cards for age 2 shipments, right? He wants to contest in age 2 here, so going Fetorius isn't going to really help him a great deal. So I don't know, maybe this could be quite good. What do we see here? We do see Club Warriors are actually going to get probably picked off here a little bit, but managing to get away. Do see some Chetan Bowman here. And it looks like he's actually managed to ship that 700 wood now afterwards, and he's starting to get his TP line down. So doing it a little bit later, focusing more on some units initially first, getting the Axe Riders in. Unfortunately, losing those Axe Riders pretty quickly is not good, ladies and gents. You don't want to throw them away. You really don't. And, you know, I don't know. Gimmick's going to be in a tricky position here. He really is. We do see the Stagecoach coming online now, but Grogu feeling pretty good, and he's going to continue to just play in H2. He's got these 2 TCs here, perfect amount of defense that he needs. Really hard for Lakota to push in. All Lakota need to do is just take map control, get eco, and then maybe age up, and then push Grogu. That would probably be a better choice here, but... he is actually going to try and poke a little bit here and see what he can do. Trying to nab a villager. Does nab a vill, which is nice. Going to back off a little bit here. And let's have a look at Gimmick. He's actually going... he's going balls deep, ladies and gents. He's going for 2 Takalas. Is he going to get a full batch of the Chetan? He is not. But he is going to now finally get that TP line online. There it is. And he's going to be building the last one. He's going to switch it all to wood. And he's looking pretty good now. But what's his next card going to be? Is he going to go for a unit shipment here? Is he going to maybe go age 3? Go 700 coin? Yes, he's going to go 700 coin. So that could mean many things, though. He could maybe build a corral here and then double down into Axe Riders and try and do something. I mean, he's gone for the 2 Takalas, so it would make sense, wouldn't it? Why would you ship 2 Takalas and then age after that? I mean, you do get the Shadow Tech upgrade on them, which can be nice if you don't want to lose them. So that does make sense. And we now see it's all moved to chest of coin here. So I'm kind of confused what he's doing. He's got 700 coming in. Why has he switched all over to coin here? Is he actually dropping down that corral? I don't think he is. Kind of a weird one. Not too sure why he switched them all to coin, to be honest. But that's what he's done. We'll let him do that. He probably wants to switch it back to wood if he does want to get maybe a corral down, if he is thinking about aging. And I think that's what he's doing. I think he's trying to get Grogu to commit further into age 2 here. And it's sort of working. You can see that he's thinking about something. He's got 700 coin down. He's gone double racks, actually, which is pretty good. And there's a lot of units here. Quite scary. Definitely doesn't want to lose these Takala soldiers, though. Definitely wants to keep his eye on them. That'd be very, very silly if he lost them. And he has actually taken a lot of damage from them. I mean, he really needs to get them out of there. Club Warriors are just going to be a nice distraction here, trying to just tussle with the pikemen here. Takala's still trying to commit here. Deciding to go for the commit on the crossbowman here. Is it worth it? I don't know about this engagement from Gimmick here. That was a bit, I don't know. I think he should have just laid off. You know, he was aging anyway. You should never really push and lose units when you're aging. You should take the opportunity to age, Then you can get in your upgrades. You can get in further cards that can help your units. The Takalas would have shadow teched, so now they would have been even more tanky. And we are now seeing immediately coming in 5 rifle riders and Wakinas. But, I mean, there's a lot of crossbowmen here. It's probably not the best idea. I'd probably go, if it was me, I'd probably go for 5 axe riders at this point. 3 Takalas could be devastating here, actually, against age 2 units. Yes, there it is. He has switched it. Come on. Come on. I'm not just a pretty face. I'm not just a pretty face, ladies and gents. See, I know this stuff, but when I'm playing, I play absolute trash. But I can sort of start to understand high-level players and how they think and what they're doing. But Takala soldiers absolutely make sense here. Grogu not looking for any age up yet. I don't know what his plan is. Looks like the war hut potentially is going to go down. But is Gimmick going to be able to get this online? This is so unfortunate. It's unfortunate that he's not going to be able to pop them out there. If he could, it would have been absolutely juicy. We can now see that shadow tech there. It just jumped. It's now 757 HP. Very scarily elite Takala soldiers here. Now, if he didn't lose the other 2, you would have had 5 elite Takala soldiers. He would have cleared up all of these units right here. And then he would have been sitting pretty. He would have been fine. And now Grogu has the opportunity to age up. And he's going for the fast age up here. And he's going to walk his units back. And we're potentially going to be seeing maybe Dragoons coming out here. Anything kind of scary could be happening. Yeah, look at that. 207 HP on age up. He shouldn't have fought that engagement. I think he was a bit overconfident with that engagement. And it ended badly for him. And he lost those 2 Takalas. And the rest of his units was kind of a big oof. We are now seeing 9 Wakinas coming in. Fur dressing as well. Really good upgrade, this fur dressing. Improves the yield and gather rate, I believe, on your coin mines. So it's super, super good. Make sure to get it. It's quite cheap. And now we see the age up here for Grogu. Immediately going in for 5 Dragoons. We're going to be transitioning now into that good old Cazador Dragoon composition, ladies and gents. We're going to be seeing it right here. And look at this. He's on 42 villagers. I don't know how he's got so many vills. He's just constantly with that vill creation. Scary thing when you've got 2 CCs. However, Gimmick is on 28, but he has the stagecoach. So he's probably still a little bit behind in eco, but he has the stagecoach and the map control. So, you know, he's looking pretty good in that regard. Wakinas are going to be coming in here along with those elite Takala soldiers. Grogu's easily spotted the Takalas here. And the Dragoons are going to have to do some work here because that is a lot of HP. And Takalas have a lot of siege. 37 siege. Gimmick here. Ooh, we've got a little bit of stuttering, not too sure why. But immediately, further vet Dragoons coming out here, popping out of the stables. And now we're in a little bit of a predicament here because Wakinas really are not it, ladies and gents. Compared to a Cazador, Wakinas are not going to fare too well here. Their range resistance is just nowhere near as good. And he is going to get picked off. Gimmick trying to think about potentially a raid here. He knows that he's got him contained in the base. He knows that he's not on the hunt on the right-hand side. He's not on the hunt on the left. So he's got him in his base, but he's still got the resources and he's still looking good. Grogu's still in a good position. He's not running out of anything just yet. And I imagine he's going to go for organ guns or potentially something. No, he's just going to continue Cazadors. I mean, it makes sense because rifle riders could just decimate the organs, right? So he doesn't want to risk it. Probably best just to go that, I would imagine. But yeah, a very interesting game at that. I think Gimmick had some good opportunities. Unfortunately, some interesting decisions made. I think overcommitting in that age 2 fight. However, we are going to see a nice little Vil kill here. And Grogu thought that he could expand on the right-hand side and start to get these hunts, but he is mistaken. And Gimmick here going to be containing him further. As a Port's main, Gimmick needs to put pressure on the hunts since Ports are so food hungry. Indeed, that's exactly what he's doing. He's doing a good job there, but there is a lot of units. And He needs to micro this. It's all about the micro here. He really needs to micro well. And it's scary. It's scary. And we do see 5 Axe Riders coming in now. He doesn't have the Axe Rider support card. I like the Axe Rider support card, but he doesn't have it. A couple of Cazadors wigging out there on the trees. But remember, Cazadors are faster. They've got a little bit more speed than the crossbowmen. We do see further Wakinas coming in. That is a lot of cav there, and that's not a lot of Dragoons. I would probably, I don't know, the situation right now, whether or not he should get on top of it. I think he could have maybe. But instead he is going to just play it safe. He's going to just poke a little bit best he can, but he is going to lose units in the long run. Cazadors, once again, 4.5 movement speed against only 4 for Wakinas. They are a little bit faster with the Explorer. And he is going to press again, but deciding not to go in just yet. He's just going to slowly whittle down his Wakinas. Not too sure what the plan is here. Oh dear, Grogu left just off the ball a little bit there, but managing to drag box the units back, and he's pretty safe. I would go on this, honestly. I don't know why he's not. We've got 15 Dragoons here, and you know, Gimmick's got 20 cavalry units, and those vills are going to get picked off. Very nice. This is unfortunate. He doesn't want to leave his Wakinas on their own here against Cazadors. It's not going to be a good fight. He might want to get a community plaza here. That could help. The Axe Riders definitely just want to get in here. Beautiful position. Just keep running. Keep going. Why? Keep going, my friend. I don't know. I think the Wakinas could have just focus fired the Dragoons. Looks like Axe Rider's going to try and take a detour. Wow, Grogu on mills now. Double mill because he's stuck in base. This is really not good for him. Although his score is still pretty good. 35 villagers versus Grogu's 56. We do see a Dragoon combat coming in. Oh, this is not good, though. I don't know whether he's kept his eye off the ball, but he's just lost all of his cav. Not too sure what he was doing there. Oh, dearie, dearie me. That is not good. That is probably potentially a GG there at that point. You've lost so many of your cav units. And potentially Grogu now is going to be able to push out onto the map because he can contest it a bit more. He hasn't lost all of his cav. He did split some off there, and he tried to raid. But Dragoons are now really decked out, and the Wakinas are going to really have to do a lot here. Axe Riders coming in, not too sure what they're going to be able to do. Dragoons are going to easily dispatch of them, though. They're going to try and harass the vills here. Just be annoying. Another vill goes down, which is good for him. But he needs to be very, very careful. Oh, look at that. Instantly, that Takala soldier going down. And seeing a pop of militia coming in. Nice surround there for Grogu. He's going to force Gimmick back once again. So I think he's doing a good job holding the hunts back. He's really containing Grogu here, but he can't finish it. He can't get that execution in the fight. The Dragoons are just too strong. He needs more units. Yeah, Lakota, Dragoons are the worst thing for Lakota. They really are. They're a horrible, horrible unit to deal with because Wakinas are not amazing skirmishers. They're not really, really good. And they can struggle to actually take down masses of Dragoons. So it can cause a real problem. Now, if you go Rifle Riders, they trade sort of okay-ish. But, yeah, it's tricky. We do see, though, Gimmick doing a good job here. He is getting Great Hunter. That's really going to help. Such a great card. 47 villagers as well, remember, that he's on. He could go for the upgrade for the Wakinas. I would highly recommend it. Oh my god, he's just going to go straight in on the Dragoons here. I don't know about this. Organs are going to go down in the process, though, which is quite nice. But still, at what cost? And now he's got to get out of there, and he's going to lose a lot of cav. And the shooting and moving here from Grogu is really good. I love the way that he's nestled himself between the houses. And once again, fending off Gimmick. Good engagement all round there. Even though he lost the organs, I think that was a good engagement for Grogu. And Grogu looking in a bit of a tough position here, to be honest. What is the Lakota unit comp against Skirm Goon? Fantastic question. I honestly think it is Wakina Axe Rider. Honestly. Wakina Axe Rider Rifle Rider. Because you need to get on top and you need to snare. You need to have a front line. And honestly, I think Wakina Axe Rider is better than Wakina. I mean, Wakina Bow Rider. Maybe. Try and go Skirm Goon. Maybe you could go Wakina Bow Rider. Bow Riders are very, very good when they're really decked out with upgrades. That could be a potential. Don't ever forget about the Bow Rider. That's a very, very good unit, but I don't know. It's a tricky one because ports have such amazing Dragoons. It's a tricky one, honestly. I'm not entirely sure what the best composition is. It's a struggle. It really is. Okay, we've got 7 Castadors now coming in for Grogu, Gimmick here. He has had the whole trade line, the entire map. His eco, I would say, is better. 50 versus 67. Probably about the same level, I would say. He has got Great Hunter, which is a nice food upgrade. I think he needs to age up. I think he needs to age up and get these Wakina upgraded. He is going to try and trade here. Does he have... He needs a community plaza. That's another thing. Never underestimate the community plaza when you're fighting. I would really recommend getting it if you haven't already. Looks like, you know, Gimmick's going to continue to pressure with the houses here. And he's going to try and force him back. And he's really losing a lot of Castadors, actually, in this engagement. Axe Rider's going to try and see what they can do, but the Dragoons are having none of it. They're going to try and follow round here. Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to do too much here. Wakina's trying to hold the line. We see more Wakinas reinforcing here, trying to hold the ground against the Castadors. And this is unfortunate here. We do see some of the cav going down. Dragoons doing a good job there, chasing them down. 7.43 movement speed. They are actually, with the Explorer, they are quicker than Dragoons, just very slightly. So you can actually catch up to them if you can, which is kind of nuts. But yeah, what a crazy game. We are going to see cav combat. That's really going to help. I'd strongly urge Lakota's support, really. Actually, no, this is the wrong one. He needs Kettle support, not Lakota's support. He needs Kettle. That's really good. Upgrades the Wakinas. Really, really nice. I'd recommend it. Wow, what is happening here with this game? We've got 4 mills. We now have an estate. Can Grogu hold against the... Just look how forced he is in his base here. Going to start to lose villagers. Dragoons trying to come here to the aid, but they're not quick enough. I mean, this multitasking here from Gimmick's fantastic. North side pushing with the Wakinas. West side coming in with the cav. Absolutely just difference all round here. Score difference isn't too bad for Lakota. You've got to remember, Lakota does underscore. So Lakota is actually in a good position right now, I would say. 65 villagers, Grogu. Gimmick on 55. He's doing better now economy-wise than Grogu. And he's really pressed him into the corner map. I mean, look at this. Absolutely being squeezed. The Lakota map control, you know, can anyone beat Lakota on this map? That's what I want to know. It seems to be the best map for Lakota. They seem to be like on steroids on this kind of map here with the TP line. It's kind of insane. And he's just in his base now, feeling pretty good. Grogu is trying to go for 1,000 coin. Not too sure what that's going to be in aid of. But Gimmick here, there's an elo difference, as I mentioned, ladies and gents. About 200 elo difference, 150. Grogu, higher elo than Gimmick here. But as I mentioned, this map is so good for Lakota, and it's quite clear to see. Look at all these Axe Riders descending here, and he's going to squeeze him for the last bit. He's got to hold. Can he hold the line, ladies and gents? Absolutely against the map here. These Dragoons are going to have to hold it. Can they do what they need to do? But the Wakinas focusing them pretty darn good here, clearing them up, and they're going to have to retreat. And the Axe Riders coming in, slaying those villagers, and just sweeping across. And there is the GG, ladies and gents. What a game. I really enjoyed that game because I thought Gimmick was out, honestly. That engagement in age 2 where he lost to Takalas, I think the game could have been over a lot earlier, to be honest. But, you know, we are just the observer. It's easy for us to say, but when you're in the moment, things can be very different. But just a great example and demonstration of how you restrict your opponent from hunts, how you stop them going on hunts, how you gain your map control as Lakota, and how you confine your opponent into their base. And this is a perfect example of that. Look at it. He's having to resort to going on 3 meals and an estate, and he was on meals like maybe 17, 18 minutes into the game. He had to invest all of that wood. That wood then couldn't be used for anything else. He meant that he couldn't make units. So this is the best thing to do, I think. If you're against a civ that does this like ports, don't rush too heavily early on. Secure your trade line, build your units, poke in the enemy base, do what you can, then think about the age up quite early. You want to think about it quite early on. Once you've got the stagecoach up, don't stay in age 2 too long. Think about getting into age 3 and then holding the map after that. Try and think about Axe Rider Wakina. I think Axe Rider Wakina works well against Skirm Goon Civs, to be honest with you. Doesn't make much sense, but I think it does. I think maybe Bow Rider could, but I still think Wakina Axe Rider is quite a nice combination. And you can see he had the whole map there. Really, really nice. So what did Grogu do wrong? So Grogu, I think, committing in age 2, potentially. He did overcommit in age 2, and he didn't use that advantage. When he won that fight in age 2, he should have pushed further. I know that the age up was on, and Gimmick may have aged up, but he should have pushed further on and maybe taken some of the TPs down, as an example, when he had a better advantage in age 2. Or, from that good engagement, he should have really thought about aging up quicker, if possible. Because his main problem is going to be hunts. He needs to get out onto the map, so he needs to get some good units. And whether that's age 2 or not, I would probably suggest going into age 3. That's what I think he should have done. If he fast fortressed, I think he could have maybe done it as well, but it's hard to say. I think I can sort of understand what Gimmick would do. Grogu's a little bit more difficult for me because I don't play ports. I don't have a huge amount of experience with ports. Let's have a look at the eco, though. Look at that. Gimmick's eco there. Restricting. Look at it. 42,000 versus 35. Very, very good. Way more military units, though, being killed. So Grogu with some good exchanges there, but not enough. He did have the better fights. He had the better micro, the better fights. He traded better. He didn't have the economy enough, though, because he didn't have the map control. He was starved, and Gimmick slowly just enveloped his base. He just slowly just absorbed his base over the game there. And we can have a look quickly here at the resources gathered. You can see Grogu is actually ahead for the majority, and then it steps up. And I think this is where Great Hunter comes in, and then he starts to lose his hunts. He then has to go on to mills, and it's around this point that he has to probably start to go on to mills, and it starts to drop off more, and then he starts to lose villagers. As you can see, we got 8 villagers in there. You know, he was losing quite a few, as you can see.